Cardiovascular Provider Resources. We are now the largest independent cardiology group in the United States. We have approximately 25 plus locations, 85 cardiologists on staff. We also do managed services now for outside cardiology groups, and we have about 16 outside cardiologists that we're doing that service for now. So we're always expanding and looking for ways to do things more efficiently, utilize the latest technology to help our patients with their conditions and help them get the best outcomes. You know, a large part of that is our SQL databases that house all our electronic medical records. You know, the big push nowadays in medicine is to harvest all that quality information out of the SQL databases, and we spend a lot of time in the SQL world. So we are very dependent on our SQL servers and assistance from ISI to get the outcomes and quality measures that we need, as well as system performance and the day-to-day things that the physicians expect out of the system. The specific issues we had to initially call ISI is, like most people, we're using a third-party product that has third-party support. And a lot of times they can help you up to a certain point, and then it's still your server and your database, and you can reach a limit of the vendor's expertise. And in this case, our EMR vendor, we hit the limit of their expertise, and we were having performance issues, database slowness. Generally, just on staff, we had SQL expertise, but not the experts. You know, we had mid-level type people, and you really need that expert looking over your shoulder to when you get out in the weeds. And we were over our head, and we needed help. And so that's when I started looking around for somebody to assist us. I came to choose ISI. It was interesting how I found them. It was I somehow got on a mailing list, and every month or so I would get a SQL RX email that had you know, SQL tips of the month or tips of the day. And so I would read through them a lot and also pass them on to my SQL guys and my programmers, and found some good information in there and some good tips. And so when I needed help, you know, I had to flip back through months of emails to find, you know, hundreds of emails to find the last one they sent me. But I called ISI, and that's how I ran into them and got the initial sales call, was from their email contact. Well, initially, how ISI has helped me is they got in the system, the experts got in there, Lori specifically, and just did an overall inventory of what we were doing, where our systems were at, installed some very proactive monitoring scripts that run, and started producing detailed information that we did not have before. And, you know, I can go into gory detail if you'd like to hear some of those, but, you know, disk speeds, memory pressures, processor utilizations, things I never would have, lots of things I would have never thought of to look for. And these things, these scripts come to us on a weekly report. The data out of these scripts comes to us on a weekly report, and we work with another hosting group. And so typically I just pass the scripts and the problems we're seeing on to them, and you know, I say, here's the problems, guys, you fix them, and go from there. And that works a lot, very well on the hardware and SQL side. But what we did start finding is that our EMR vendor, it's a huge program, and there was a lot of poorly written queries and codes and different things in there. And many things that you would go to the vendor and say, hey, listen, process is really slow. And they would turn around and say, well, that's your system. It's your hardware, something on your end is causing this. And it was a battle, finger pointing between. That's where ISI has really helped me, because with their expertise, they come in and can analyze the scripts down to see what is actually running slow. And what we found was poorly written scripts, bad indexes on the system, and armed with that information, we could go back to the vendor and ask them to fix a lot of this. And when they couldn't or wouldn't, we would ask ISI to build those fixes for us. And so we kind of use a combination. We use them as a weapon against our vendor more than more than anything. So and also leverage their expertise if we need to fix custom third-party software. So what I would say to a company like ours that's considering using ISI is I'm a skeptical guy for outsourcing. I always have been. I like to have those resources in-house, but the cost of some of that labor now to have a good SQL DBA is exorbitant, and we're getting to be a larger company, but it's still costs are a key factor, and we really don't have the ability to keep a full-time high-end DBA busy. So the ability to go out and leverage somebody like that at a moment's notice is a great thing to have in your tool belt when you need it. And that's really how I use them. It's not obviously a day-to-day thing, but 3 or 4 times a month I get on the phone and call Lori, and we get the problem resolved quickly. I started out very skeptical. It started out as just a 3-month contract and just to test the waters and see how they did. And I was very impressed with 3 months renewed for 6. And again, helped me through migrations and other things that were over our head. And from then, we've been doing year-to-year contracts with them now. We're that happy with the service. And again, the ability to leverage that high-end expertise on almost a part-time basis is a great feature and tool.